What's up, gamers, and welcome to a new episode of Last Cloudia. Once again, we are here to discuss a new character, a new arc, as we always do. But of course, before we get into all of that fancy stuff, why don't we do just a little housekeeping? Just a little bit. One thing that I kind of want to mention real quick is the answer to something I discussed a few episodes ago regarding Thunderbolt Sevia. We briefly discussed how, we felt that she needed a weapon that wasn't necessarily behind a paywall, and we actually have one now that can be used for her. So if you have Thunderbolt Sevia and you want a weapon that can be good for her that doesn't require you to spend any money, there is a 5-star weapon out there that you could use. Let me see if I can figure out which one it is. There it is. It's the Gaudician Thunderclap. It's a 118 strength Thunder attribute sword, so you want that for Sevia, the Thunder one. When physically attacking with opponent's weakest attribute, damage plus 10%. So it's a pretty good weapon for her to have. At least now there's something out there for her. Now, in order to attain this particular weapon, you have to do the little thing where you have to send people out on a tour. I'll show you real quick, just briefly. I thought this was kind of important because I didn't want people to think that, well, I mean, Sevia is useless. He's good whether you have a Thunder Sword or not, but I think this might be good for those who prefer to kind of make her the way that it was intended. So under the tour, what you have to do is you have to finish not this one, but there's one before it. Let me see if there's a way it'll let me actually. Yeah, it's not gonna let me show it to you. So I'm on the second one right now. There's a one that's before this where you have to do a bunch of things. Every time you tour and you complete the little missions to get to the next level or whatever, once you get it to 100%, that's where you unlock the Duradids that I'm doing now, and you unlock the sword as well. So each area that you unlock, you get 100%, and it gives you a new weapon. So if you do the very first one, I just can't remember what it's called, but once you complete the first one 100% with doing all the stuff it wants you to do, you'll get that sword. And it's not difficult, just kind of mix and match the characters to make it happen. So I thought that might be a little bit helpful to you guys. And let's go ahead and talk about the character first. So today, let me go ahead and just go to the recommendations here. You got the Sylvan Sworder Logia, or Logia. I'm not really sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it doesn't matter to me. Let's take a look at this guy. So, looking at his stats, pretty good actually. 1,088 strength, really good. 1,086 defense, which is really good too. You don't typically see high strength and high defense like this, so this is going to be one tough cookie. And of course, 4,100 HP is not terrible either. So he's got decent stats all around. So that's a good thing. Another real interesting thing about this character, if you look at the element resistance, he's literally resistant to everything. That is awesome. That's really, really cool. Now, that doesn't mean that he's, not going to get struck with anything. I mean, it's not nil. We could easily make it nil by just pumping in another resistance on top of it. If you really want to go that way, you probably don't need to, but I thought that was important to bring up too. Taking a look at his abilities, as expected, he is an earth-based damage dealer, so all of his skills are going to be dealing earth-related damage. The third one is one that can actually inflict stun, so that's kind of important to know. The second one can inflict illness, so as you can tell, this is an actual saboteur, which is the type of character I tried to build with Prim a long time ago. I actually brought up on a previous episode how at the time Prim was like the fastest unit, so I tried to do the whole research combo thing with her. Didn't quite work out, but it was something I tried. But now there's a character that kind of has the whole research thing, especially in their skills. That's pretty cool. Like in their actual abilities, I mean, that's really awesome. And then, of course, the special is a powerful Earth combo attack to one person, inflict rot or a basic status ailment. Now, rot is a new mechanic that basically lowers all of your. It lowers all of your strength, defense, intelligence, and mind. That's basically what rot is. It lowers your, your stats in general, and I think it also lowers your resistance to elements. I think I might be wrong on that one. There might be a skill that might describe it, but yeah, rot's a new ability that's really, really good. Or if not, a basic status element, which is okay too. So not only is he a powerhouse in dealing damage, but he can also make you suffer an ailment. That's actually a devastating combination. And a lot of this is unique to him. So his traits, antimicrobial body, have recovery time for all status ailments and debuffs. Excludes some debuffs. Okay, so this is how the sentence should have been written. Have recovery time for all status ailments and some debuffs. You didn't need to put excluding some debuffs. You could have just, yeah, anyway, that's fine. It might be a translation thing, I get it. And then Double Fencer, when two weapons are equipped via dual wield, special effect damage and elemental weakness attack damage plus 25%. So pretty good. I mean, obviously, Kent's gonna have dual wield. You can just tell by looking at his picture that he has two weapons. So it's obvious that you're gonna make that happen easily. But yes, your special is gonna be increased by a little bit, and then elemental weaknesses is gonna be a thing too. So pretty cool. I like that. He's all around good. And I haven't looked at his skills yet, but he's actually looking really strong. Alright, so taking a look here. Attack up 4. Now, I'm surprised they gave him attack up 4 because he already has a very high strength. So you're gonna basically give him attacks 1 through 3, max attack, and now you're gonna have plus 4 to go with it. That's ridiculous. That's really good. He's gonna be super strong. That damage is gonna be legit. Critical up 2 and 3. So that's not bad either. So you're definitely going to be giving him some crit stuff, 1 and all that. You got aim vitals already, so that's pretty good. So all you need is a proud force and advanced aim vitals or whatever, and you're pretty much set there. He has Brute Slayer, which is unique to this guy. I like this. Physical attacks are effective against beasts, plants, insects, birds, fish, and creatures. So that's crazy. So that's a Slayer against just about all the monsters that you see, like in the adventure and some of the towers. He's going to be a very, very strong unit to use just about everywhere, and I even mean arena, and you'll see why. Um, well, it does say physical attack effective against beasts, and that little beast we talked about a while back that starts with a D, who's supposed to be the powerhouse of arena. Well, you found the counter. This guy right here. Continuing on, special boost, which obviously he has to have that. If he's going to have a Slayer ability, he's got to be able to deal more damage. So that saves you some SC right there. And look at all these researches. You got blind, silence, and curse research. There are a few that he's missing, but you can get them all in other arcs. So if you really want to build like the full package of research, which if I get this guy, I'm 100% going to do that. He's definitely someone that I would invest in. Not that I necessarily need a character like this. This is just the type of character that I've been trying to build for a while. And this is the character to do it with. Moving along, you have Corrosive Fang, which obviously fits this. The probability to debuff enemies during normal attacks, so physical attacks will do 20% more damage. That's pretty good. Auto Haste, which I didn't see that coming. That's legit too. So not only he's going to be able to deal a ton of damage, make you have a bad status element, he's also super fast. So he's pretty much a total package here. Really, really strong. Earth Attack Raise, fantastic. You definitely want to have that. You got Earth Critical Raise, which is, I believe, unique to this guy. Critical rate of Earth attacks plus 5%, crit power plus 50%. That's super strong. That is absolutely super strong. Pose of Glory is always good to have. Terror Mouth, which we've seen before. Basically, you add 20% damage if they have a status ailment. He also has Terror Mouth 2, which is also unique to this guy. Damage to enemies with a status ailment plus 30%, so that's Those two abilities will stack. Anytime that you see a character that has the same thing with a 1 and a 2 or a boost or a high boost all in the same kit, that's an indication that they stack. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to put that on there. He's got blessed speed, as if he needed more speed, but he's got blessed speed. As we discussed earlier, he already has dual wield. He has sword high boost, which, wow, that's fantastic. You're saving a lot of SC on some of that craziness. I love it. He's got rapid recovery, which makes sense. He's resistant to L status elements, so of course he's going to reduce the time required to recover from them. Makes sense. And another unique ability for him, Paranoia. When given a new status element to an enemy, recover a little SCT. So every time one of your researches goes off or one of his skills puts the status elements, whatever the case may be, that's going to increase your SCT. Now, one thing that I can definitely tell you, since I've experimented with the whole research thing, this is something that can be common. You can actually make this go off. You know how much I complain that guard doesn't go off as much as I'd like it to? Well, your chances of getting research to go off, I think, is actually higher than guard. What you could do is there is an actual arc. I think it's just rare too. I think it's that laboratory one, the white lab. I might be wrong, but I believe it's that one or a different one that increases your chances of a research ability going off. I'll have to look it up, but I know it is an arc that actually helps with this. So you definitely want to equip that to this guy if you're going to run him, wherever you're going to run him after you've obviously built them up. And there you go. This guy is a total package. I 100% like this guy. Definitely, in my opinion, tier 1. He's super good. Now, keep in mind that if you already have Kohaku, you don't really need this guy because, he's an earth-based speedy damage dealer. So since him and Kohaku have a lot of the same stuff, with the exception of like the whole, status element thing, you don't necessarily have to have him. If you have Kohaku, you're good. But if you don't have Kohaku, this is definitely the next best thing, in my opinion. You could even debate that it might be better. I would say Kohaku is a little faster in general, and I would say that Kohaku might be able to deal a little bit more damage. That's even debatable too, because I don't have like both stats, in front of me or nothing. But this guy, he's a talker. He's someone that's definitely worth investing in. And if I do end up pulling him, I will 100% invest in him. He will basically be one of my tower units. So I'll have Kohaku on 1 and probably this guy on number 2. Is probably how this will go. Like, I absolutely would love to pull this guy, even though I don't even need him. I just like the whole research thing. I think it's really, really cool. So obviously, you know that I want him. So let's go ahead and move on to the arc. Now, the arc you have here is Unchained Beast. So the attribute is physical damage plus 20%. That's already good. When all status elements on the unit are healed, restore 10 seconds of SCT. Interesting. Increase movement speed. Why not? Physical damage plus 20%. Okay. And then chance to not flinch at magic attacks. And damage from the magic minus 30%. So again, when it says chance to not flinch, they're talking about like when they cast Galaxy. As opposed to getting bounced around or whatever, you're just going to be able to take it like a champ and move on. So overall, I think it's a decent arc as far as the attributes are concerned. So I'm definitely down with that. That's pretty cool. That's something that's worth using in Tower, I would say. So yeah, that's doable, 100%. Now, the things you can learn, you got Stun Resist, which is decent. Skill Charge 2, pretty good. Beast Shield, which I believe is very unique. So there you go. You can have that if you're worried about the Arena Beast, if you will. Sniper Slayer, so you got a new Slayer that can be used if you're running Celios. And anybody else that's really big on the Slayer types. I just keep forgetting. Oh, Randy, and there's like one other. You also have Dark Shield, which I don't really think this is necessary. I mean, I would only run this in like maybe a tower boss that deals heavy dark damage, or maybe a few of the random world bosses you get that might be difficult. But other than that, Dark Shield's really not necessary. And then you have Spear Eye Boost, which is good if you have any character that uses a spear. Overall, the stats are decent. I would say that, a lot of these are used only for specific purposes. So the only skill you're going to probably want all around is skill charge 2. And that's only if you don't have another arc that already has it. There is another arc that has skill charge 2, but if you don't have that other arc, then this will be the next best thing. All these other abilities are really dependent on either where you're playing or who you're using. I'm not impressed as far as the abilities. I mean, I think some of the abilities are cool, but they're very situational, with the exception of one. All right, let's take a look at the actual Arc Aether reward, the King Fiend Horns. So, this is a Dark Attribute Spear with 192 strength, 75 defense. When physically attacking, a chance to half the enemy's defense or attribute resistance and do damage. So overall, I think this is definitely decent. I'm sure there's a few people you want to give this to. Maybe the dark version of Melza, the Soul Reaper one. You could probably give it to her. Although there's probably better weapons for her, but I don't recall because I don't really mess with that. But overall, this is a decent weapon. So I will say that this is definitely a decent arc, at least mid tier, I would say. It's worth having for some of the abilities, depending on what you're building, but it's not really a necessity unless you want the attribute of the arc so that you can run in tower. Then there you go. So overall, pretty solid. Of course, we're going to go ahead and do a gacha pull, see if we can't pull this guy. Because I mainly want the character. I mean, if I don't get the arc, I'll be fine. It's the character that I want. So let's see if we can't get him and use the majority of my crystals. Now, my chances of getting it was going to be 50-50 because you know that I typically pull most DPS characters. Still didn't get Thunderbolt Sevia, which I'm actually okay with, but, we'll see if we can get this guy. Remember, you can't get them all, right? There we go. The slash has started. Can we make it red? Oh, man. Not at all. Not even close. They couldn't even, tease me with, a red SSR that I already have. They were like, nah, bro. Denied. I know you want to use this character, but you're not going to get him. So I get that. I'm cool with that. No problem. No problem at all. So what we're going to go ahead and do then, before we end the video, is in the actual new event stuff that's going on with this guy, there's a new little area that I can try out, and I'm assuming it's going to be a boss. I actually have not tested this yet. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to use my boss team to see if I can beat it. I'm assuming it's a boss, but I'm not 100% sure. It's the extra challenge. So typically the extra challenge are normally bosses. And then we'll go ahead and use someone strong. Well, how about Our Lady of the Evening? And this is basically my boss squad right now. So I've been kind of debating if I wanted to do Lila or Christmas Theria. I like Christmas Theria better, but Lila has more SC. She's in the 70s, whereas Theria is only in the 40s. So I'm going to use Lila just because she can heal and all that other good stuff. And of course, you got my boy Celios up in here with my girl Kohaku. So we'll be alright. We'll be alright. I'm hoping it's a cool boss, but we'll see. And if it is a boss, it's probably going to take forever to load because that always happens. And yeah, I'm a little bummed that I didn't get the new guy, but it's cool. I have enough good DPS characters. And I don't know if he's limited or not. I don't think he is, so I'll probably get him eventually. No biggie. Now, I can understand skipping on the previous character, but y'all should definitely pull out his banner. It's boss time. Get ready. Huh. We're facing Lena? Just her? Oh, and a beast apparently. No, just Lena. Although Lily might just take her out instantly. So I'm going to keep it on auto. Let's see if my characters can naturally do the job. Oh, okay, so she spawns other monsters or whatever. Okay. Well, Lily says, no, I don't care. I'll take them all down. Boy, Celios, calm down, bro. You got this. We won, man. It's cool. Nice. Well, it was a decent battle. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. But, you know, it's cool. I guess it's only hard if you see those red stars. I didn't think of that. But hey, it's something different, something we don't see very often. Hey! Now that's what I'm talking about. Give me some of that Ethereum. I'll 100% take that. That was legit. One other thing I want to bring up too, since I did get an Ethereum out of that, I do have something in mind, since I do have quite a bit of Ethereum that I'm thinking about buying soon once I get about, I think, 2 more I might need to get this particular item. So I'll go ahead and go over this. Now, in the past, you've seen me actually do, oh, wait a minute. Is there a hard, oh, there's a hard mode. Do y'all want to see me do the hard mode? All right, we'll do the hard mode here in a second, but before we do that, let me kind of let you know what I'm thinking about doing here. So, let's see, how many Aethers do I have? Oh, I got 15, so I just need 2 more. So, the next item I'm thinking about getting, and lately I've been getting a lot of DPS stuff or tank stuff, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get something for a spellcaster, probably for Theria, once it gets high enough leveled. I'm going to go ahead and take me some of the Maja's Wand. This is a 182 intelligence item. It's light attribute, 40 plus MP with 167 mind, light magic attack damage plus 30%. This is a really, really good item for any kind of spellcaster that does holy damage. And that's kind of what I want. I have enough built up on that arc to where I only need 17 of them. And I'm pretty close to getting that, so... Alright, let's go ahead and try hard mode, since there is a hard mode. Why not? Now, I'm probably not going to get a flawless victory like I did this last time, but hey, let's try it again. Let's do another level 100 Lily and see if we can make some good stuff happen. Because I'm probably going to need her again. Because she did do a ton of damage to a lot of the spawns that came out. A lot of those beasts. Wouldn't it be crazy if that guy ended up joining the battle too with Lena? That would be tough. Then you might actually see me lose. Oh, that's right. We know it's going to take forever because it's a boss battle. Oh, never mind. Get ready. Okay, so it's just Lena. She doesn't have the guy with her. Now the difference here is my characters are taking more damage. So that could be a problem. And Celios is going right after her too. Well, there's Kohaku. Lily's about to cast a spell. And of course, leaving it on auto as usual. I like to see my team naturally be able to win. Uh-oh, it's Avalanche Blade. Get in there. Get in there with those quad knives. You work out those quads. Oh, it's Lila. Get in there. Uh-oh. Now Lena's casting spells. This might hurt. Uh-oh, Celios might go down. He's like, nope. And she comboed with her special. Man, she's trying to be a good boss fight, isn't she? But Lily says, nah, lady. We got you. We got your number here. And there we go. That's all she wrote. With Celios once again with the final blow. Just getting in there. He works out those quads. He says that I'm so strong that I can deal 5 damage to a gold pockle. Like that's how tough he thinks he is. And I believe him too. Well, that was actually cool. Let's see if I can get another Ethereum or whatever. Hey, what's this? Alright, so this is a 6-star item. This is a sword, no attribute. The Violet Tree Winners. Alright, so 152 strength. It says, okay, so this is a weapon exclusive to Logia, or Logia. I can't say his name, whatever. When physically attacking, chance to inflict blind, slightly boost break of enemies with status effects. That's pretty cool. Alright, I can dig that. Wow. It's too bad it's only for a character that I don't have, but that's pretty legit, y'all. That's actually really cool. I didn't expect that. I did not see that coming. Very nice. So, yeah, it's definitely worth doing this event, especially for the items we're getting here. And actually, you know what? I could do another gacha pull. I just realized that I have 2 of those, I think, event tickets. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. I'm about to say, don't tell me I lost my Wi-Fi. Alright, let's do another gacha pulls. I just realized that they're not going to be multi-pulls, but they are going to be single pulls for the events. I just got to figure out where to use them at. And nah, I'm not pulling on that batter. No, not anymore. That was just on that one video, and that was it. Alright, let's see if we can get our homie here. Let's see if we can't get him with one of these 2 tickets. Because trust me, I 100% want to get that guy. Especially now that I got the weapon that goes with him. And thank you, gaming developers, for not giving us a free item that's not on a paywall. Because I'd rather be able to fight a boss or something to get it. Alright, so this is not going to be nothing. So we'll just move on there. We got one more to pull on. Just one more. And let's hope that we get the guy we want. I don't even care about the arc, I just want the character. Alright. It's time to slash. Hoo-yah! Nothing's happening. That's too bad. Just too bad. Man, that's okay. As I continue to play, there's going to be more of these tickets, and there is one multi-pull that you can get by getting X amount of points. So, there you go. I don't have it yet, but once I do, I'll hope I get this guy. Do I have any more tickets? No, I think I used them all. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty much it for the video then. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this has been at least entertaining, maybe educational. Whatever reason you wanted to watch this video, I hope I did something good for you guys. Until next time, you keep gaming. Take care, y'all. I'm going to get me and my girlfriend some ice cream. Later.